Hello everyone and welcome back to Double Sleeved. Today we're bringing you a deck idea for OP03 and we're kicking things off and kicking off this little series with a leader that a lot of people have on their radar as going to be the new red deck within the meta, and that is Ace. So for those that don't know, it's a standard 5 life, 5,000 power leader. When this leader attacks or is being attacked, you may trash any number of event or stage cards from your hand. For each card you trash, this leader gains plus 1,000 power during this battle. So it gives a lot of use for those events in hand. Even if you don't have the Don available for them, you still can use them offensively or defensively to boost up your leader to get out of an attack or to push some damage through. Moving into the deck, we're going to kick things off with Atama. It's pretty much just a red staple for every deck. We've got a lot of KO effects as well that do need to have a specified amount of power. So Atama just helps us get there, helps minus something by 2,000 power, and it's a 2k counter. Another 2k counter we have is Makino. We've also got the activate main, so you can rest this character and give one of your red characters with a cost of 3,000 power for the turn. It can be useful in some of those slow controlling matchups where you do just need multiple 5k attacks because you can boost up your Ezo and your Buggy as well to make them both attackers. Ezo is the new searcher that we've got for Whitebeard Pirates. It's a 1-drop, 2,000 power. On play, you get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal one Whitebeard Pirate in its type other than Ezo, and then add it to hand, and then place the rest at the bottom of your deck. We've got a ton of Whitebeard cards, so this is a really great searcher for the deck. Alongside of that, we've got Buggy. Buggy is a 1-drop, 3,000 power. It doesn't have any counter power, but just that little bit stronger, so it is easy to make this a viable attacker. One thing that people kind of forget about is the first effect. This character cannot be KO'd when battling / attribute characters and leaders, so you definitely want to keep that in mind, especially if they're trying to remove this off the field. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal one red event card and add it to your hand, and then the rest go to the bottom of the deck. So it doesn't matter how much cost the event card is, as long as it's a red event card, you'll be able to add it to hand. Moving into some of our removal, and this is a bit more of the low cost removal, but we do have a lot of effects that can hit 3,000 power or less. Starting off, we've got Vista. It pairs up really well with Atama and the Ace. On play, you get to KO one of your opponent's characters 3,000 power or less. Another 2k counter, we've got Jozu. We do have the additional effect of the Don 1 if you have 2 or less life and your leader has Whitebeard Pirates in its type. This character gains Rush, but having that 2k counter is always really good. Next, we've got Marco. Marco is back. We saw it kind of come in and out of the Whitebeard deck in OP2, but it's definitely finding its place once again within these red decks. It's a 4-drop blocker. On KO, you may trash one card from your hand with Whitebeard Pirate in its type, and if you have 2 or less life, you get to play this character card from your trash rested. It's got 5,000 power, so it can be a little bit annoying to attack into. But we've got so many Whitebeard Pirates again, similar to that Ezo effect, where we've just got so many options to pitch to keep Marco on the field. Alongside that Marco, we've got the new one as well in OP3. It's a 5-drop 6k, so even more difficult to remove. It has counter power, which is really good. Your turn on play, you get to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less. Again, pairing really well with the Otama and the Ace. And then on KO, you may trash one event card from your hand, and you get to play this card from your trash rested. Again, it is so difficult to remove this card. It generally requires some kind of Don investment to even attack into it. And when you start pitching event cards to keep it on the field, it's very sticky. Ace, just an incredible card within this deck. We've got so many KO effects that hit 3k, just to be able to bring any 6k in the game down to that 3k so that our effects can pop it is really good. And so on play, you get to give 2 of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 for the turn. And then if your leader has Whitebeard Pirates in its type, this character gains Rush. So it's a 7 cost, 7k with Rush. And then a card that needs no introduction. We've seen this card dominate in OP02 with all different kinds of red decks utilizing it, Luffy, Zoro, and especially the Edward Newgate leader. It's the Edward Newgate character, 9 cost, 10,000 power, on play, up to one of your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the start of your next turn, and then you cannot add cards from your life to your hand, which doesn't affect us since we're not the Whitebeard leader. But being able to get that plus 2,000 power is really good. We sit at a base 7k, and when in combination with our counters and the ability to pitch our event cards, it's going to be very difficult for our opponent to deal damage. And then again, we've got a KO effect for characters 3,000 or less that don 2 when attack. So the following turn after we play this, if we're able to neg those cards with the Ace and Atama and things like that, we just have more options to pop with the Newgate. Radical Beam, a really powerful counter once you get to that 2 or less life. For one Don, you get plus 2,000 power on your leader or character for the battle, and then if you do have that 2 or less life, you get an additional 2,000 power, so it can be a 1 cost 4k. We've got another Searcher. It's the Whitebeard Pirates event card. It's a 1 cost main. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal a character card with Whitebeard Pirates in its type to your hand, and then place the rest of them at the bottom of the deck. Similar to that Ezo, we just do have more options to filter through the deck and get those Whitebeard Pirates to our hand. We've got Crossfire. It's an activate main / counter. If your leader has Whitebeard Pirates in its type, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 4,000 power for the turn. Again, really powerful in combination with some of our KO effects. It gives us the ability to hit some 7Ks just with this and a Marco, for example. When you start combining that with Atama and things like that, you start getting into those higher cost cards, but being able to use it for the activate main or the counter as well, just really powerful. We've got the Jet Pistol. It's really powerful with the trigger, but even paying 4 for this card is extremely good. You get to KO one of our opponent's characters with the power of 6,000 or less. Again, we've just got so much neg within this deck that we can remove some big threats with this card and some of our other ones like the Crossfire. And then we've got Flame Emperor. It's a 7 cost main. If your leader is Ace, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less, and then your leader gains double attack and 3,000 power during this turn. In the past, it's been really difficult to remove some of these 8,000 power characters, but this gives us a really powerful option to hit pretty much anything in the game with combination of Crossfire and things like that, outside of some of those 12,000 power characters, but still being able to give that leader the +3 and the double attack is really powerful too. And we've got a really strong trigger on this card as well, being able to KO a 6,000 power or less. But really powerful deck. We're going to see it throughout OP03 without a doubt, just with the amount of Whitebeard Pirate cards that we've had over the last 2 sets and how powerful they have been. There's no doubt that Ace will definitely find its place within the meta, and we'll see if Red continues to be as dominant of a force that it has been in the past. But as always, if you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If there's some cards that you think may have their place within the deck, be sure to leave them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next deck idea.